are back. Happy New Year, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome.
Happy New Year.
Welcome back. We got a great episode for everyone tonight. I am so glad to be back here. It's so good to see everyone's face. Welcome back, everyone. No, right now.
Well, welcome back, everyone. As usual, we have a wonderful episode of D&D for you today. Our live play of the heavily modified Light of Xerixis campaign, one I've done considerable additions and adjustments to. I think before anything else, though, we should get to our introductions. So let's go ahead and start with me. I am your DM Mark. I'm the one that's done most of the writing on this, though I cannot take all the credit, as my wonderful players have put a considerable amount of their own effort and flavor into this entire campaign. But among them is playing Nico.
Hey everyone, I am Alex, playing your lovable, wiggly plasmoid, Nico.
Wiggly
indeed. We also have playing Jade.
Hey everyone, you've got me, Marina, playing the Jade Fox, the team's lovable, thorny femme fatale.
Thorny?
Not so lovable.
And of course, we have playing Tin Man.
Howdy, folks. Good evening. We're dating here with the Tin Man. We're going to be having some fun.
And then, lastly, with our announcements, playing Valen.
Hey, how you guys all doing tonight? My name is Matthew Roberts, and I'm playing Valen Yosai, the club's Astral Elf. And I am super excited about this episode. I just got a few announcements. Big shout out to all our partners. Eldritch Foundry for all the minis that we've been making for all the projects we've had. Big shout out to Mythical Meats for all the snacks at our tables. And of course, I can't forget Adam's Family Gaming, who has been just locking in with all the merch. Mark's got it on. Alex has got it on. My character's, I'm in character. I'm in cosplay right now, but he would love to wear it. That's for sure. Big shout out to D&D Adventure Club for some of the modules on the future projects coming out soon. Table of Tales is right around the corner. Again, I'm saying it again, but very, very soon. Everyone in our Discord, you might be privy to a first round viewing here soon, so we can get some feedback on it. But that's coming along. Join our Discord if you want to be a part of that. There's tons going on there, a lot of behind the stream action of everything we got going on in the future. It's 2026, and we got a lot of stuff planned for everyone. So stay tuned, stay engaged on all our social medias, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Discord. Get involved, help out if you'd like to. We love to hang out. We had 2 new fans join in on some streams in Helldivers 2 recently, and it's been so fun. So tune in on all our streams. We're streaming weekly. Tune in, say hi, and say hello. But that's all the announcements I have for tonight. I'm excited to see where this is going. We got a new chapter here, Mark, so take it away, buddy.
New chapter, who dis?
Yeah, who dis?
New chapter indeed. So, previously on Echo of the Astral Sea. Last session, our party had been ejected into the distant reaches of the Great Belt. Somewhere just inside the Veil, but outside of the belt itself. The party spoke with Boswell Steeple, the Dowhar businessman who was stated to be in the employ of Vokath's accountants, top banker even, and had some interesting tidbits about what had been happening in the belt. Before he could share them, he was sent off, but he did manage to share that the Xerixians have been on a tear, and despite trying to keep it under wraps, rumor has circulated that Zidali, the princess of the Xerixians, has gone missing, and her solar dragon Mendazia has been on a rampage as a result, near Salamanester, the center of the Great Belt. Jade had also been given some information that Charlotte had stole during the tussle. While they were working on Yeah, so while they were speaking with Boswell, Tin Man, Czar, and Nico noticed the undead ravens beginning to alight on the ship, silently watching them. Tin Man recognizes these are the heralds of the dread pirate Captain Valkyr, manifested by the Sendari Archaea, the grasping shore. Knowing that where his birds fly, he's not far to follow, the three of them jump to action and get the ship moving. Tin Man notes from where he is a shade and a phantom throne sitting in the back of the Elatern, who chuckles and walks off the ship, disappearing. Once they pulled away from the Sendari Archaea, Nico found himself attempting to navigate, and the device in his chest shifted and pointed him in a direction, sending a small gold filigree line towards where it was leading him. A friendly denizen of the Astral Sea happened across the party and offered them some guidance, in exchange for something that smells nice. Jade had some difficulty interacting with the Skymoid, but eventually the Tin Man and Arnott left to use some of their resources to prepare something for Yukon. Jade added some flourish at the suggestion of Alen and his own eating habits by wrapping the meaty morsels in some plant matter, generally referred to as salad.
Yummy.
Yukon was delighted to have the treats and guided the party notably not on the exact course Nico's chest device suggested, but towards the nearest settlement, Qazer-Dohn, the Bulwark, a structure that's been here since before the Beltian calendar was started. It was the first platform used for large-scale mining and eventually refitted and repurposed to be a defense against the aberrant creatures that find their way through the Veil into the Belt itself. Despite being visible, the party is still the better part of a day out. Czar has already lunged into action, attempting to get any unsavory or extra-legal items hidden or otherwise left out of sight. Arnott has set about organizing people, with the help of Charlotte, understanding that the promise of landfall might build them into a frenzy, especially after spending almost 3 days cooped up in the ship, packed, as our rough-riding little dingy bot once said, nuts to butts. So as we approach Qazer-Dohn, the Bulwark, is there anything specific any of you is doing?
I'm gonna try to get a list of everyone on board and get a little inventory of who's hurt and triage everyone and prepare them for whatever eventual landing we will have. That way, once we do land, it does not get too chaotic.
Okay. It seems that Charlotte and Arnott are already about doing something similar, so they add it to their task list. Charlotte with a small sardonic captain.
And I'll kind of turn away and give a little smile, like, let's go.
Nico, are you doing anything specific preparing for landfall?
No, probably just helping out. Keep the people all jovial. It's really kind of prepping for de-embarkation. Because I believe I'm still piloting the ship. So once we got everything get close by, then yeah, just starting to prep for landing.
Okay.
Jade.
Yes.
Jade, a little reluctantly, would like to offer assistance as well, prepping the ship, but in a different way, more like concentrating on the foliage and the branches, just making sure that when people evacuate, they're not all storming through one thing, they have multiple avenues. So she's just making sure that the trees and branches can sustain that. She's also making a mental note. She wants to reconnect with Sable as soon as she can.
Okay. Valen, really quick before we jump into roles, Tin Man, what would you like to do in preparation?
Everybody seems to be taking focus on the folks on board. Tin Man's thought process is we just pulled up on a rather old dusty settlement out here. They're probably not expecting us, and they're probably not going to be too thrilled seeing this many people just storming off a ship. So he's actually going to be one of the first off the boat, and kind of prepare himself to guard the folks coming off, potentially from whatever is already here, and just make himself seen in case anybody comes up with some questions.
Nice.
Okay. So you, first Tin Man, I'd like you to make a perception check. Marina, make a survival check. Nico, a performance or a persuasion check. And Valen, a straight charisma check for me, please.
Thank you. Wow.
Tin Man in with a 20. Wow. Okay.
I was going to say something about strong rolls starting for the night, but I could be wrong.
Wow.
But then Valen woke up today.
Wow. That hurts. A 0. That's worse than a 1.
Valen, you're in the midst of giving your commands when the Dowhar steps in front of you and attempts to try getting your attention to ask you a few questions. And you notice as a few people around are like, he's still talking to him? Like, I thought they hashed this out.
Seeing everyone kind of stay busy and no one listening to me, I'll kind of question if I'm actual captain still. And kind of make my way up, or not kind of, I'll make my way up to the top observation deck of the main area there.
Mhm.
And kind of just look out as we come to port.
Okay. Or farm a little bit.
Yeah. Put my leg up on my knee up on the railing, kind of look out over, do that real captain pose,
Give him
Make
the full
sure-
Captain Morgan.
Yeah, make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
they're telegraphing that I'm a captain.
It's times like these it pays to be the strong silent type.
Apparently, yeah, I guess so.
All right. Nico, for your interactions with the folk, you've always had a very easy demeanor, a very easy to get along with sort of aura, as it were. You notice that the younger folks, specifically the children, seem to take to you a little more willingly, as where the adults seem a little cautious, but they seem to be picking up on your demeanor, your sort of affableness, as it were.
Vibes.
And you find that within the next hour or so, you have a gaggle of children just sort of following you around, asking you to make shapes, asking you to make colors, asking you to mess with your lance and your armor and stuff. They just want to know about you. They're extremely curious.
Oh, and I answer every single question. Like,
He doesn't even dumb it down for them. He gives them the full algorithm, and the kids are like, "What?"
yeah, exactly.
They have zero idea what you're talking about, but they just like the fact that someone's talking to them, giving them attention, despite the stress of everything that's been happening. You notice one little kid, a little tiefling, probably about 3 or 4, sort of pauses as some of the other kids go to play, and she looks up at you and just sort of tilts her head and lifts a finger and points, and you notice a little jet of fire shoot towards you. What do you do?
I watch it hit me.
It does strike you. You'll take 1 fire damage as it just sort of dissipates as it hits you.
What was that?
The other ones we saw turned red when I did that.
The other ones, what?
Slimes.
Well, okay. I don't. No, you shouldn't really do that.
Mom said slimes is dumb.
Well, I'm not.
I'm not convinced. Tell me something smart. Tell me something a slime wouldn't know.
Something a slime wouldn't know. Well, something a slime wouldn't know, a human also wouldn't know. So how would you know what I said isn't true?
I'll figure it out when you tell me. I'll know.
Oh, how?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I don't think you'll know.
She holds up her pointer finger again. Threateningly.
My finger
I
points.
too will hold up my finger threateningly.
Immediately she pales. Mom said
Nico,
slimes
do
is
not
dangerous.
slime the child.
Mom said slimes is dangerous. Are you dangerous?
I'll like comically extend my head and go, do I look dangerous? And like a smile will just appear on my face. Nothing else.
I want you to make an intimidation check for me, please. Because whether or not this is meant to be...
Oh my god.
That's a 1.
With a 1...
That's...
You see the child pales for a moment. Her sort of ruddy orange skin turns to a pale orange. And you sort of lean in and the smile appears. And after a moment, she starts giggling. And then breaks out into full-on laughter. Once she finally manages to catch herself, she starts saying between laughs, Mom didn't say slimes is funny.
We're smart and funny.
I don't know what to do with that information, but thank you. And she pulls herself up and turns to run after the other kids.
Nicholas kind of gives the deuces.
You hear her very loudly yelling, "Slimes is funny!" Jade, you are up on the deck, and you... how are you going about specifically fixing up and adjusting the foliage of the deck? How are you interacting with it?
Honestly, trying to attune with it. She just closes her eyes and holds on to. I'm not good with boats, guys. So like the side railing, sure.
The railing. Yeah.
The railing, and she's talking in Latin. Sibidium alba pulva mi foa. Like she's just speaking to it, and hoping that tunes in with the foliage.
As you speak in the Latin tongue, you feel a harmony of sorts as your body sort of starts to gently vibrate, and it sort of reaches out to the ship, and the ship starts to meet the vibration of your voice and sort of the motion of your being. You begin to attune to the Ela turn. And as you sort of move your hands, you notice as some of the foliage moves with you, like you're conducting an orchestra.
Well, look at that.
You manage to, using this new sort of influence, move the plants about, and the Ela turn seems to dance with you as you make your sweeping motions to move it away and get this to set there and that to place there. And you make several very easily accessible and movable areas throughout the ship that people can easily move through. While you're doing this, you notice that in the planks of the sort of the back area where the main foliage is, the tree itself, the planks themselves, I mentioned before that the Ela turn seems to actually be made from one solid chunk of wood. In the rear here, you notice that between the roots of the main tree, the wood itself has these little pockets that just sort of they almost seem to inhale as the ship breathes, as it were. They open and close slowly. Just little pockets in the grain of the wood.
Would that be
Would you
where
like
the
to-
heart is? Interesting. I'll make a mental note of that. Might investigate it later.
What are those called on plants? Stomata.
Something like that.
The
Tin
Mythical
Man.
Foundry?
Tin Man, as you take your place of guard and stand there, keeping an eye, making sure things progress and just things don't go wrong, being ready as you are. You were the first person to notice that there seems to be a ship approaching from the direction of Qazer-Dohn. You're about 6 hours into the trip now, and the ship you notice, I'd actually like you to make a, oh no, you made your perception check at 25, no less.
Made a killer perception check.
Oh yeah.
The ship itself looks more like a floating cinder block or a gray brick than a ship proper.
Ah, yes. Dwarven design.
Aerodynamic.
It's plated, it seems to be plated
Dynamic.
with heavy metal sheets of a slate gray. And on the mast that you can see, there is a flag. It is a gray helmet with 2 crossed claymores. Jade, Nico, you would, or not Nico, sorry, Tin Man, you would both recognize this symbol as the symbol of the Brothers of Grey.
Okay. Okay. Tell me more about these Brothers of Grey.
The Brothers of Grey, as you recall, are something of a extreme group of paladins of Oath of the Watcher paladins. They very much thrive on the keep the Xenos out. They are hyper xenophobic and very much they stand by that proudly.
Warhammer 40K. Got it. Suffer not the
Very-
Xenos to live.
Very much. And they take their job very seriously, and they are, to a man, completely humorless. Not a single one of them has a laughing bone in their body. So you see that one of their ships is approaching.
What are the colors of the ship?
Slate gray.
Go figure.
Pretty good for a brick. Okay, so knowing their MO, how concerned do I need to be? I mean, strictly speaking, this is a sort of refugee ship. Should we be worried? Would I be worried?
The one thing that gives you pause, you do not know the Brothers of Grey to harm civilians. They do have an oath to which they stick. And you do not know them to act generally recklessly, at least when it comes to potential civilian casualties.
Okay, okay. But we're still kind of getting pulled up on by a military force here. We might want to be careful.
But the one thing that gives you pause is that you're not approaching from the belt. You're approaching from out of the belt, from the direction the things they usually fight.
So that's going to make them concerned. All right, all right. I'm going to go ahead and if I see Valin or a farming, kind of be like, "Hey, Captain, my captain. Over yon down there, coming off from the belt there. See that? Frying blick."
How could I miss
Flying
that
brick.
giant gray block?
I do believe we have ourselves a nice little paladin order coming up on us. I don't think they'll cause trouble, not intentionally, but I also don't know what all we got down below. We got a lot of people that jumped on board, no questions asked. So let's
Well, I've
let's
been
do everything we
working
can to
on,
not draw their attention.
Yeah, I've been working on Margaret. Okay, I've been working on a bit of a manifest for who's on the ship. Why don't we run the white flag just so they don't think anything is too on the up and up?
Does that still work out in these parts? I mean, if it does, yeah, okay.
It can't hurt. And I'm gonna look up at Jade. Are you still in the crow's nest? No, you.
I want to say I'm towards the rear of the ship, kind of directing flowers
Ye-
and stuff.
Yeah, Jade would probably be like 20 feet away from you, Valen.
Yeah, I'm going to hear the word white flag and kind of like 3 steps ahead of you kind of thing, like nod. Not cringe, but I mean, she cringes every time you open your mouth, but that would say.
That's a Jade thing.
That's a Jade thing. She's going to kind of, flick her wrist, and just these white flowers will start to erupt all over the ship, almost like a cascade of white petals, just storm around the ship and just kind of gently flow off the ship, trying to give this like peaceful, like we're not here to cause problems thing. And there's just going to be this look of seething hatred on her face while she does it, because she's not used to these theatrics.
And I'm gonna yell down to Czar to tell him to get as many women and children up on top of the ship.
You hear a call from below. Why? Who's here?
And I'm just gonna say, look innocent.
Ah, got it.
He's used to that. That's normal for him.
Captain,
And I'll be like, yes, Jade.
maybe we should develop a story. If we were to be spoken to by these gentlemen, do you know anything about the Brothers Gray?
Mark, do I know anything about them? Probably not.
You would have heard about them at a distance. They're not really a group that the Xerixians run up against, and they're not interested in messing with the Xerixians.
Yeah, I don't know too much about them. But what I do know is we want to look innocent.
Well, if you want innocent, might I suggest creating a story? I've painted this ship in white flowers. Why not say there's some sort of wedding that we're coming from? Something cute and adorable like that. They might leave us alone. Maybe even give
Or-
us booze to
Yeah.
celebrate.
Jade, let me stop you there. I do love a good wedding. And as much as I think you want me to play the loving husband,
bride.
there, the bride. Thank you. I never thought about that. That could be a good role for me. It's outside my comfort
guys,
zone.
guys.
But
Why?
I don't think lying about the situation is pertinent.
Yeah.
If they find out that we're just survivors from Brawl and then we're lying about it, I think we should just tell them the truth. Brawl's gone.
Yes.
And we need help. No reason to lie and get caught off
Completely.
in this lie. No offense.
In my personal experience, if I may, the best answer is usually somewhere in between. I'm inclined to agree with Valen on this one. Honesty is the best
Word's gonna get out. People are
option.
gonna hear about Brawl.
However, I don't disagree with the Lady Fox either. We may not want to entirely keep our playing cards out in the open. Let's
Thank
just
you.
tell them we are a refugee ship. We just got attacked. You can see the damage on the ships. You can practically still see the clown hands on the ship. Tell them we got off course, coming out of a warp that, well, it was a bit of an emergency jump. We didn't have much control over it, and now we're just trying to find somewhere to get these folks safe. Beyond that,
but-
where we come from, why we fled, I say we keep that to our chest for now. Unfortunately, Brawl is in the middle of, looks over at Jade, quite a lot of politics right now. I
Exactly.
think she can agree. So let's just keep it simple.
We also have a bit of a problem that if we're a refugee ship, where did all these people come from? This is a lot of people.
And if they ask questions, we will give answers. But I'm just saying, you don't show your cards all at once.
Thank you, Tin Man.
I'm just gonna hope they don't say my name, and that'll be a success.
Well, our alternative option for a captain, kind of look over at Czar, probably isn't much better. So you're gonna see Tin Man kind of like Tin Man kind of perks over his shoulder for a little bit, looking at the Dowhar. I think we might have a backup though.
And I'll kind of look at him and kind of smile and be like, yeah, I like your thinking.
Could always put a
gonna
mask on Valen's face, just saying.
Yeah, because I'm also gonna say that's if word is getting out of what's going on at Brawl. Valen's an astral elf. Just throwing that out there. People are going to assume.
Well, I know it's a hard lesson learned, but I can tell you this. All Xerixians are astral elves, but not all astral elves are Xerixians. I always got that mixed up back in the day. Needless to say, so long as our illustrious captain doesn't start singing songs about himself, I think we'll be fine.
Considering that our illustrious captain has a bit of a tail, I think Tin Man would take note of this. But why don't we put a mask on him for now? I can assist with that if you'd like.
Mr. Yosei?
Just covering your face.
I will accept the mask and like just pull my hand over my face, and then I'll be wearing a bit of a samurai mask as I pull it out.
You just really had to get the tattoo in there, didn't you?
I wasn't gonna pull it in just yet, but if you pull it out, so I'll cover my face with a tattoo, and then you'll kind of see a bit of like a ceremonial samurai mask cover my face.
Is the samurai mask related to your people and would be picked out from a, you get what I mean? It's
And
like,
then-
well, you're wearing, those are from your people.
And
So
then I'll like take it off.
if I may, do you trust me?
As much as anyone else on this ship, that's to be said.
So
Yeah,
Jade
can I make a
will-
perception check to see the vein just bulging on Jade's forehead right now?
I don't think you need it. Passive perception wins here.
All right, Jade, give me the mask.
So Jade will shake her left hand and a seed will pop down her wrist, and she'll just very gently place it on your shoulder. Just hold still. And she'll snap her fingers, and a bramble will kind of climb over your face, wrapping it almost in a fencer's hood and just covered in petals. So you can see through it and you can speak through it, but as far as it's concerned, it's a very ornate, flowery mask. And it also might give you a little bit of a scarf to go with it and petals. You're welcome.
And as it like covers my face, I'm like, take a little bite of one of the leaves.
It's jasmine.
And I'll pick a few leaves off my face to make some tea out of it later.
Well then, with that taken care of, Nico, I think it's for the best that Valen isn't the one to have to concede to the penguin. Let's go see if we can wrap him up in this.
All right.
At the moment, you can see that Boswell is at the far end of the ship towards the fore. He is speaking animatedly with one of his three practicals, his bodyguards there, and sort of staying away from the people as a whole, sort of a little frustrated from what you can tell in his voice that he was unable to get Valen's attention. How would you like to approach?
Mr. Boswell,
Mr.
Mr.
Steeple.
Mr. Anderson.
No Steeple.
My apologies, Mr. Steeple. If I may have a moment for us to talk with you.
Why has the captain sent his bot? If he wishes to speak with me, I tried speaking with him.
Well, I think you can tell just what kind of man Captain Yosei is. Prideful. Elves, you know how they are. But he's a shrewd man when he needs to be. For him, it's a matter of maintaining airs and images. So long as he maintains those airs as a captain, look at all the people around us. Every word that comes out of his mouth is, representative of his abilities. You questioned him. Darn sure everyone else is going to. Nico, how often do we find ourselves questioning our own boss here, right?
I mean, it's often.
Almost every day.
But
But he pulls through for us. He pulls through for us.
dude, the clowns. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are dreadful.
He's good in situations like that. Where he's not good is when we start getting into politics. And I think that is just where you come in. I kept telling him, giving my best advisorial suggestions, and he agreed that you have a great deal to offer us. You're a man with connections, you're a man with people. I'm hoping that maybe you can help us out, shoring up those shortcomings that our captain does have. He gets us through the occasional clown raid. And I was thinking maybe if we just happen to come upon some, local orders looking to do good and asking questions, maybe you can help us out. I don't think I need to explain to you how many folks out there are looking to take advantage of a ship of refugees. Depending on who comes up here next, this could be a slaver's ship next thing you know.
Yes, dreadful work.
So, we are here on behalf of our captain, offering a message of swallowed pride. If you would perhaps assist us with some parlays that may be coming in the very near future.
Do you have something in mind, or is this just for assurances?
Well,
Are there windows or anything in where we're having this conversation?
You're at the front end of the ship, so it's all open.
kind of like half eyeing, trying not to draw my attention to the giant flying brick. Well, this kind of looking at Nico, floundering for a second. This was a decision that we had already come to. We were waiting till we reached landfall here shortly to bring this to you. However, that time frame might have moved up a little bit.
All right. Do you
Kinda jabbing Nico to jump in?
look? You see that?
I do.
What does that look like?
He's gonna roll a quick perception check. He looks a lot closer, and he try. By all means, it looks like a flying piece of debris with a flag.
It's a brick. It's a flying brick. But yeah, that flag. What was it? The Brothers Gray?
The Order of the Gray.
Ah, yes, the Order of the Gray.
The Brothers of Gray. I see. Well, you gentlemen, you happen to be fortunate. For my employer, Vokath, works closely with the Brothers of Gray, so we have some rapport, if you will. If you will stand back and allow me to handle this.
Well, I think we can do that.
Yeah. We shall leave it to you.
Tin Man,
Maybe.
for your little soliloquy here, I'm going to give you inspiration.
Ooh. Congratulations.
Lit.
The brick-like ship draws closer, and as it draws closer, it becomes evident that the ship doesn't have any weapons on it. It very much looks like a flying brick. It does, however, have a very menacing ram on the front of it.
I mean, my first assumption of it being dwarven is just it couldn't have been GIF. It didn't have a giant gun on it.
It stops about 300 feet away, facing you head on. You see a large armored individual climb up on the front of the ship, one leg up, on not the mast, you know what I mean, the figurehead. And his voice projects naturally as if he's holding a microphone or standing next to you and yelling.
What you're telling me is he's doing everything that Velen was just doing, but so much more aura.
Correct.
He's good. Okay. When you're good, you're good.
I instinctively put my armor on and just like try and like do the most badass pose I can.
I know I'm not supposed to be the captain, but I have a captain's pose with my knee up on the railing, trying to still aura farm some captain energy.
I imagine Jade is just like a little thorn comes along and just slowly pulls his leg down.
Jade, you actually notice that Charlotte is up there tying his shoelaces together.
Jade lets it happen.
The voice projects through the astral sea to your ship. You are speaking with Auric the Plate of the Brothers of Grey. We will be boarding momentarily. Lay down your arms. What would you like to do?
Captain, what would you like to do?
Well, I think... No, I'm just kidding.
As I kind of sit back and take it all in, I'm gonna kind of like look down at Tin Man and like nod through the vine mask, like, and then put my knee back up as captain.
All right, you heard him. Nico, stash it away. You're scarier than shit in that thing.
Oh, and it just like melts away.
I'm gonna find opportunity, find me a little cash, and stow away at the very least the dove for the moment.
You feel an apprehension as you are separated from the dove. I would like you to make... Actually, as you attempt to remove her from your hip, she refuses.
Okay. Understanding what I'm dealing with here, I'm going to try and conceal the weapon to the best of my ability. The hat just goes up like on clockwork, like one of those old jack hoists. I'm just going to stick it under my hat.
The dove doesn't seem to have an issue with this. A few minutes later, the ship begins moving again, and it begins closing in on you. It comes up beside you. The top layer of the ship, as it draws closer, you see that it is painted a slate gray, and it is overall entirely coated in metal.
Oh, gross. They chose that color. Sorry.
It is plated. Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. Plated in metal. So you can see that it seems to have some sort of structure underneath made of wood, but it is like the outside the hull and everything is entirely metal.
I'm sorry, he referred to himself as Auric the Plate.
Auric the Plate. Orik the Plate.
Okay, he's got a favorite thing. Plates. Got it. All right, keep going.
The ship pulls up next to you, and you see there are 4 individuals of particular height in heavy armor, like absolute full plate, to the nines plus some. They look incredibly lethal. Like they walk into things like this on a daily basis. Their heavy armor thuds as they walk across the gangplank, led by one individual not wearing a helmet. His face is a mishmash crosswork of scars, up to including a large plate that takes up the left side of his scalp. Otherwise, his hair is shaven and his mouth is pulled into a permanent, well, kind of like Matt there, with scars running down his face.
Okay, so we're literally just going full 40K. All right, cool, got it.
Of note, Jade. Of note, Jade, you notice that down his chin are the same exact types of scars that Lady Silhouette herself has. The parallel lines that are made by hot wires being placed on the chin to brand one a traitor.
Oh.
Know what that means, but it sounds cool as shit.
What?
Like when they cut off their fingers.
The fingers of the face.
You feel the ship lurch slightly as he steps onto the deck. He stands at almost a full 7 feet tall, human, and he holds his helmet under one arm and looks around slowly before falling on the Dowhar standing in front of him. Which of you is the captain?
Is he handsome? Is he not handsome? What are we?
It's hard to tell what his face originally looked like for all the scars.
If you're into scars, then I imagine he's pretty there. He's got it. I'm gonna kind of like jab Nico. Somebody's daddy was a Goliath.
What? Man, it's huge.
Swing and a miss.
Which of you is the captain?
And I'm gonna start walking forward slowly out of.
And Tin Man's gonna like step in front of him. The captain of this ship is Mr. Boswell Steepleton.
Boswell steps forward. We're gonna have to get you fixed. It's Steeple. And he steps forward to speak with the very, very large man with whom he only comes up to his knee. I am Boswell Steeple, and I am the emissary for this here ship. Perfect. You'll be boarding my ship. Who is the second in command? What was that, Dayton? You're muted.
Ah, shoot. As Tin Man starts to like sweat oil, realizing that 1, he wants a second in command. We don't have one. And 2, this would actually be a very important role for one of us to fill.
And I'll
And
step
half
forward.
of us
With
half
my
of us are
mask
very
on.
wanted.
I'll step forward and thanks, Jade. And just raise my hand without saying any words, like ominously, that I have fully accepted that I'm not the captain anymore, and like stomp my feet as I walk forward.
But he's also staying like quiet and like Tin Man's just sitting here like sweating oil right now.
Brilliant. It is of my understanding that typically the captain understands and has a story prepared, but a second in command often has a different one. Considering where you are coming from, I cannot afford to take any chances. You are too adjacent to the veil for
And
me
where do
to...
you think we're coming from?
He motions out behind you. The veil. The only place you could have come from.
Nah.
Unless you're
Not
bootleggers.
really?
And then Valen, under his mask, starts sweating really, really hard.
Oh.
Let's
We-
give Alex a second.
Yeah.
He's still here.
No,
He's kinda hot.
Just not video.
I'm here.
I will follow my flipper penguin friend and on board for what I assume to be a terrible interrogation.
The paladin puts a hand in front of you to stop you. I would prefer if you answered my questions first.
I'm just gonna look at him and not say any words, and then do this like I don't talk.
Then is there a third in command that can speak?
Inman will step forward, again giving his best mechanical impression. If you are in need of information recorded for this ship's log set for the last, and kind of give a pause, week, I can provide that.
Delightful. What is the name of this ship?
DM, help.
The
Heal a turn.
This ship is the Ela Turn.
And have any of you, since you are being so forthcoming with the information bot, have any of you heard of an individual who goes by the name of Sable?
Oh, God.
The name Sable is currently not present on the ship's manifest.
He's going to look up at the rest of you. The question stands.
And I'll put up my arms and do the X sign.
Right?
Jade will look over. Do I see within eyesight Miss Derringer?
Charlotte is hiding in the stairway that goes down into the depths of the ship, sort of keeping an eye on things.
Okay. Seeing that she is hiding, Jade says nothing. Goes full stone face.
Can't say I was expecting much, considering the leadership of this ship. Fine then. Another question. Have either or any of you heard of a ship referred to as the Scylla Black?
Have we heard?
Have we? I think that's a new one.
Marina, you would.
Oh.
The Scylla Black, or the Scylla Black, because I said it wrong the first time. The Scylla Black is the name of Lady Silhouette's spider ship.
And oh,
I need an insight check, DM.
All right. What are you trying to intuit?
Is he a threat? Is he not a threat? What is the gauge here?
Go
I
ahead
get
and make your
because
insight.
I'm no nonsense guy, but I don't know if he's friend or foe, if I can approach him or not. And of course, Jade doesn't trust anyone.
Is he friend or foe to Jade's friends or foes?
I rolled a 17. I don't know why I went 3.
Typically anyone in the sights of the Brothers of Grey, especially if they're on the extra legal side of things, is not a friend to them, nor would they consider them a friend. By looking, just sort of observing this individual, you get the feeling that if he's taking a particular interest in things, let alone asking large questions out to a whole group of people, he is confident that he is at least in the right on something, or that he can undermine what... Let me back up a little bit, find my words here. He's definitely not asking after a friend. The Brothers of Grey are inquisitors and executioners.
Yeah, so when he asks for Sable, I would instinctively know that there's nothing good from that.
Correct. And we
We're
lost you guys.
we're losing people left and right. Everyone's dying, you guys. I don't know what's going on in the world.
Sorry.
Does
This is a
everyone have their
problem.
shots? I need to get my
No, no, I'm
shot. I
here.
forgot this year.
Perhaps now is a good time for us to take a short break, our 5-minute break.
Oh God,
I
get
think
your
so.
Oh
All
boy.
right.
Sorry.
Yeah,
We'll be
dude, I
back
don't
in
know what's
5.
going on.
All right, guys. Sorry, we've got a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we're going to be right back here shortly as we get to the final part of this episode. And it's going, I wouldn't say swimmingly for Valen because I have a mask on and I'm doing hand and arm signals. However, it's going as good as I could expect. It's a new chapter. I'm loving it. It's fun. I want to say thank you to everyone who showed up tonight. It's all possible because you guys showed up on the stream tonight, the stream yesterday, in our Discord, on our Instagram, on our YouTube, every time. I love it. Thank you so much. Keep coming back. We'll keep growing, making more content for you guys. We got a lot of great stuff planned for you in 2026. And I am super excited to bring it to you guys. We got a playthrough of the Cosmere, which Mark's going to DM. I know. How could he DM another game for us? But he's going to. And it's a whole new game campaign in the Cosmere. So if you haven't read the Mistborn series, that's where you're going to want to start because that's where we're starting. So we got that coming up, and we got Table of Tales. I've been talking about it forever, but if you're in our Discord, you can partake in our first viewing and before we take it to YouTube for some feedback. So stick around and hang out. We got a lot of good times coming around. We got Helldivers 2. A lot of new players in that. It's great. We almost got 2 full squads. A lot of great updates. Hey, thanks for the follow, Elducci69. I really appreciate it, man. I really do. It's people like you that make this go around. And for that follow, what do you want? You want Avatar or Spider-Man magic cards? What should I slap? 1, 2, 3. We're going Spider-Man. Sorry. Here we go. Spider-Man pack. Here we're slapping it. For the follow, we got that double card over here, whatever that thing is. I don't know how to play this game. I'm still learning. We got Web Up. Mysterio's Phantasm, Angry Rabble, Craven's Cats, Swarm, Bean of Bees, Bagel and Schmear, Mob Lookout, Mask Meower, Web Shooters, Hobgoblin Mantled Marauder, Madame Web Clairvoyant, Craven's Last Hunt, Angry Rabble, and Forest. Hey, Ilducci69, thanks for the pack, my dude. I really appreciate it. Hey, we're going to be back here shortly, but before we get to that, I want to do a big shout out to Mythical Meats. They hooked me up with some snacks for tonight.
Hey there, Sick Editor Mark here. I'm just putting in a quick misophonia warning here. Matt does some chewing. You could go ahead and skip ahead to when we get back from break if you want to skip it. It's okay. I don't blame you. I skip it too.
Let's go. Yeah. They hooked me up some snacks for tonight. I got the Radiant Ration here from their D&D pack. And it is barbecue style camel with beef stick. It's right there. And later I'm going to be eating the Blade Bite, which is jalapeno elk with beef stick. So big shout out to Mythical Meats for giving me these snacks. Here we go. This is the camel, I think. Yeah, camel. Valen's a vegetarian. I'm not. In fact, I'm an anti-vegetarian. I eat all the meat. Wow, this is delicious. Go over to Mythical Meats, buy some of these adventure rations, and enjoy it. They're delicious. Big shout out. Use DDC Live at checkout and let them know I sent you. All right, I got a minute before break's over, and I haven't gone to the bathroom. I got to get out of here real quick. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back from the break. Big shout out to Mythical Meats and that Radiant Ration. DDC Live at checkout for 15% off.
Matt, can I just say that I love that those Spider-Man cards were like Craven's Last Hunt, and then Bagel and Schmear, and the Green Goblin, and the
Kitty
masked
guy.
meower.
Hey, Ilducci69, reach out and join our Discord. I'll send you that pack if you really want it. It wasn't that great, but it's yours, buddy.
Mary Jane and
I
the
think
mugger.
they did. I think that's who's in there now in general.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Legend.
Great. Awesome.
All right, so getting back to it. So where we left off, the group had encountered one of the brothers Gray, a Lieutenant Auric of the Plate. He was asking some particular questions, and Jade had gotten the general vibe that this is not an individual who would take what she does anything less than seriously. Was there anything else you'd like to add, ask, or comment on Jade as part of your insight check?
That is it. But Jade's starting to getting an itchy. She's starting to get an itchy finger over here.
I have one final question before I let the Port Authority question you or ask any other questions. Have any of you in the recent days encountered a pair of Gith-Zerai? We believe it to be a teacher and their student.
No.
Believe that to be the most definitive answer I've heard so far.
Yes, the Zerai are not common in these parts. If we were to find them, may we ask what they would be in the process of doing?
That is none of your concern.
It
Understood.
kind of sounds like a lot of our concern if you're saying they're out here.
If
I mean,
you see
look,
them,
we got a
report
lot of
them.
people on this boat. Like, honestly, we're just trying to help these people.
I'm gonna like stomp on Nico's foot.
The bot knows manners. If you happen to see them, report them to our headquarters in Qazer-Dohn. Good day. And he turns and steps off of the ship. The two of the other knights, paladins, pull up the gangplank, and the ship begins to move off.
With with Valen and the penguin
Just
dude.
with Boswell.
Oh,
Oh boy.
You actually notice that the three of his bodyguards are looking a little lost at the moment, seeing as their employer has all but been kidnapped.
Tin Man, did you said he knew those people, right?
Apparently, his employer has some word with them. I'm gonna be honest, this is a bit of a wild card. I don't know what he's gonna say, so let's be prepared in case things go south for us, all right?
I'm just saying, why don't we get these people off the boat quick in case we need to skedaddle?
You want to use them as human shields, Nico? And then I'll like
No, I didn't.
I'll like cough
No.
and then put up my arms. Like,
No, I think he's
No.
looking for the opposite.
No, I'm trying to get them off. Like, get all of the people
in
so we can
between
leave.
them and us.
No,
Mm.
they are.
Miss Fox,
Would you like me
They-
to
they-
tail them?
that may not be a bad idea.
Understood.
I seem to recall this is your specialty.
Yeah, I was getting itchy. Almost pulled a Queen Amidala. Said I was the captain. Are they leaving? Like, what is this? What am I looking at here?
In regards to the Brothers of Grey,
Yeah.
yeah, the ship has pulled the gangplank over. They're all back on their own ship, and the ship is moving off.
Is it
towards
like
Qazer-
mid-flight? Is it like, can I like jump?
What's the
and-
distance?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Oh.
probably 5 feet away. It is a heavily armored ship with at least, because they were docked right next to the ship
Mhm.
with a gangplank
Cool.
to cross.
Um, Do I roll a stealth check or something? I'm thinking to run towards the railing and pull some Tomb Raider stuff here in a minute.
Okay, so talk me through what your intention here is.
When Jade is given the nod to tail them, she's going to look over at Captain Valen. Does Captain Valen give the nod?
My X will go to thumbs up.
Cool. Okay, she's going to get to the railing, and she's going to jump onto the ship. If she's not able to catch the ship, she'll Vine Whip and Tomb Raider it to where she catches onto it and kind of reels herself up. But she wants to do it stealthily. She's willing to even jump over the rail, fall several feet, and then flick her whip to get up from below the ship to
Okay.
the opposite side. But how would I go about that?
So the first thing I'll have you do is, yes, roll a stealth for me. And then I will have you
boy.
roll an athletics combined, or as well as an attack whip with your Vine Whip. An attack roll with your Vine Whip.
Oh,
So
that's a
20 in stealth.
Ooh.
I don't know what that one is. Hold
Yeah,
on.
that's just it randomly rolling for no reason. Ignore it.
Okay, so what else am I rolling?
So acrobatics. And then a Vine Whip attack.
Let's go. That's double.
I don't know why
Jeez.
it's throwing
Don't
2
worry about
dice
it. Ignore it.
and then a Vine Whip.
Yes.
So would I be casting the spell Thorn Whip?
I was under the impression you had an attack that was a Vine Whip.
I mean, it's a cantrip. I mean, sure, I have a
Oh,
whip.
I mean, if it's a cantrip, then no, you don't have to cast it, and it goes off.
I mean, isn't it just it's a spell? It's a
Yeah, it's Thorn
spell
Whip.
attack roll. Because it's the same as Nico's gravity whip.
Yeah. So yeah, you roll. Jeez.
20, 20, 21. Let's go.
Okay.
Not
Am
that
I
it
winning?
matters.
All right.
So-
Well, excuse me, Miss Jade.
So
I
with
was
a 20
born ready!
So with a 20 on stealth, a 20 on acrobatics, and a 21 on your Thorn Whip,
Lovely.
the rest of the crew doesn't even see you do this.
I'm the captain.
Valen gives you the thumbs up, and you're gone. You manage to attach yourself to the rear end of their ship. It's a little challenging to hold on to, considering it is basically sheer surfaces of metal. But you find a few spots to sort of wiggle in, like a hem here or there, to wiggle in a vine to hold on and maintain your grip. Are you doing anything specific while you are attached to their ship? Aside from trailing them, of course.
Yeah, I'm reeling up slowly and I'm finding a window. I'm finding a point of entrance. I'm pulling some Ada Wong type shiz.
I would like you to make a perception check, or an investigation check for me, please.
One more time.
Investigation for me, please. She doesn't miss.
I don't know why it's throwing 2s. I'm sorry.
Or a natural 1. With an 18 on your investigation, you notice that there seems to be a plate of the ship that isn't quite as fastened as well as it could be. And given what you saw above, beneath the metal plates, the ship is almost entirely a skeleton, a wooden frame. So if you pick exactly the right spot at quite the right time, you might be able to bend this out, slip in, and then bend it back.
Jade's gonna go for that.
Okay. I would like you to make one more stealth check for me, and I would like you, or how are you going to bend the metal back?
Okay, so am I still like hanging from the ship while this
You
is
are
going
hanging
on?
from the back of the ship, correct?
Okay, I'm gonna get as close as possible to that by climbing up my vine and just put some seeds into place and will them to push it out.
Okay. You hear a steady but quiet as it bends out, and you manage to make just a large enough space for you to slip in. It looks like the area that this is entering is in the bottom part of the ship into the storage area, or the cargo hold, if you will.
You're deep. Careful.
Cool. I am very deep. I wish I had some sort of way to communicate with them. We'll need to work on that.
And what about
Us-
these magical frames?
Okay.
Boy, those broke my campaign. Keep going.
Carry on, Marina.
Okay, Hazel frames? What do you mean? Magical frames?
We'll talk about that another time.
A whole new story.
So,
Pine castles?
as
What?
what were you guys saying?
It's okay.
It's from our other campaign. We're just goofing.
We're referencing Storm King's Thunder, don't yeah.
So now that Jade has slipped into the back of the ship, into the cargo hold of the Brothers of Grey warship, what are the rest of you doing? Tin Man, what are you doing in this moment?
With my not so elven eyes, and my my eyes of the eagle, I'm keeping my eyes trained on the ship. I can't follow the fox. She's already gone. But if something were to go south, if there were to suddenly become, spellfire or something, I'm trying to keep an eye out in case something does give me pause or reason to believe that she might need extraction. I don't know how I do it. I actually know exactly how I do it, and 99% of it involves Nico. But for now, I'm just focusing on seeing if, that happens.
How does it involve me? What?
Tin Man, as you are thinking about interacting or potentially drawing fire on the ship, you feel something heavy ting on your head and roll to the seam of your hat.
Remembering that I put her there and feeling a little better about not having some Inquisitors on the ship, I'm gonna go ahead and pull her down. What's up, girl?
You
Getting
notice
antsy?
the action is open,
Ooh. Okay.
and there is a bullet loaded.
Does it have a name on it?
It does.
Oh no.
Auric.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
Oh, that is more than terrifying.
Nico, Valen, are you doing anything in these few moments?
I've already assumed the captain's pose, knee up on the railing. I have my mask on. I have my arms crossed. But with my left hand, I'm cocking my pistol and ready to kind of like draw it at a moment's notice.
And Nico?
Nico, to be honest, is probably pretty oblivious. He's like, what are we doing? Like, legitimately questioning, like, why? Actually, Mark, are we docked at the city yet or no?
No, you're still on approach. You're
And
still a few hours out.
I'll look over at
They met you
Nico
partway.
and just be like, play it cool, big guy, play it cool.
These folks have set up an inquisitorial reign here, and they seem to be working with the Port Authority. We get okay by them, we make our way in. Like I said, it was probably for the best that none of us sit over there and get interrogated. I don't know if you ever been under the effects of a Zone of Truth spell before, but people who can use that spell, ironically, never use it for good reasons. I figure that our Mr. Steeple there can't say anything worse than we could under duress, but I also don't know what he's going to say. If we need to make a break for it, we have to be prepared to take the refugees with us, because I'm going to be honest, there's a very good chance we're not going to have the opportunity to drop them off.
No, you're right.
So let's play it cool. Let's play it easy. Let's see if we can get there okay. Doc, and get these folks taken care of. After that, you kind of see Tin Man cock the gun closed. And he's got his eyes trained on the dove. After that, we've got exit options.
A
Yeah.
resolve reaches you through Dove.
I know about like Nico knows about the bullets with the names, correct?
You are aware that the Dove interacts with your magics, and whether or not Tin Man has shown you the bullets with the names or not is yet to be said.
Oh,
However, you do know that Arnott had, with the grenades she gave you 4 blanks that the Dove should also be able to fire. Blanks.
okay.
I don't like that.
Never mind. No, that because I just couldn't remember what interactions I've had with the Dove. Sorry.
I'll admit, Tin Man's been keeping that one close to his chest because that's a very terrifying prospect to him. Especially because he's got a friend whose name is on one of those bullets.
That hurts.
After,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. Nico's just kind of going along with probably going along with Tin Man and Valen, just kind of that begrudgingly. I don't, like this doesn't feel right, kind of feeling. Yeah.
After a moment, a voice calls out to you. Hoy! Port Authority Officer, Malik Haverstance, do I have a permission to board?
And
Hey, Nico, nothing to worry about.
And next to the ship is a single individual on a single jammer bike that seems to be an older make, a little rough, but he seems to look like he takes good care of it. He's in some basic half plate and a tunic. He steps off and brushes himself off and lifts off his helmet. Valen and Tin Man. Haverstance sounds familiar.
Tin Man's already like kind of peering out over the edge. Oh, that's a classic.
Haverstance was the name of the student that went with you on the trip to the Beholder homeworld, Mikan. And the similarities are immediate. He has the same thick black hair that wafts over his face, the same square jaw and handsome smile, and the same easy demeanor. He holds his helmet under his arm and sort of stands there. He's got a badge on his chest. Oh, it's a fine vessel you got here. We don't see this kind out this way.
And can I do an insight check whether I take off my mask and introduce myself? Whether I can trust him?
Yes, you can make an insight check to see if you immediately trust him.
How does a 14?
He definitely has an amicable affability about him. He seems the trustworthy type, and what you know of me, Ken, if they were raised the same, then he's probably got a pretty good streak of an individual in him.
I'm going to leave my mask on and let someone take the lead on that.
I don't trust myself.
Before I say
Tin Man's just like staring at the bike, and he kind of spaces for a minute. He's like, kind of jabs Nico. I'm sorry, I didn't catch his name. Is that Meekin? That ain't Meekin, is it?
Who?
Never mind. Yes. Permission granted to come aboard.
Many thanks, as he's kind of already standing aboard. He sort of gives a small flourish with his helmet. Meekin Haverstance, as I said, I'm with the Port Authority. I've got a couple of questions for you before I can let you in.
Not Meekin,
First
was
off,
Mikkel, was it?
Mikkel, correct.
Yes.
Malik.
Malik.
Okay, not Mika.
Yeah, not Mikan, Malik.
Okay.
He seems to be an older brother. First off, are there any illegal or illicit substances on the ship?
And eye over at Valen for a minute. None that have been reported in the ship's manifest, sir.
He's going to pull out a piece of paper. Check. The name of the captain, if I may? Full legal
yes.
name if possible.
Boswell Steeple.
Is that with a Z? 2 L's?
Interim.
Yes.
Interim.
2 L's. Interim. Okay. Who's your primary jammer?
I
Kind
guess
of
that's
sweating for a minute, thinking back to Czar, and then like quickly like nodding up to Nico as he raises his hand.
Name?
Nico.
Nico. All right, and the first mate.
Kind of look over at Valen for a minute.
And I'll raise my hand.
Name?
And I'll look at
Czar.
Tin Man to think of a name.
No, don't say Czar. Don't say Czar. That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna he's gonna look at me and I'm gonna sweat for a minute and I'm gonna be like, yes, pardon, the first mate cannot speak. He is Fengalore Eagerhold.
Fangalore. Okay.
What?
Is that Fang with an A or an E?
E.
Is that even in common?
And I just have a thumbs
Okay.
up behind him.
All right, and your cannon master, in case we have to reach out for any damages.
And I'll nudge Tin Man.
Yes, I am the ship's interim cannon master. You may refer to me as T-130 Timothy.
T-130.
And under my
All
mask,
right.
you'll hear Timothy
How loud do you say that?
very quietly.
Okay, I want you to make a stealth check.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my!
That's a 4.
That's a 4.
T-130 Timothy. Got it. All right, and your home port.
Kind of looking at each other, anxious for a moment. What was the city with the bell?
Renasus.
Just because it's the biggest city I can think of, where it's easy for us to kind of blend in as an eclectic group, and it's harder to track anyone that might know us. Kind of hiding among the masses, as it were. I'll just go ahead and say Renasus.
Renasus, long way from home. All right. And your destination.
Renasus.
You're from and returning? Wow, you're way
Well,
out
let's just
from
say,
home.
yeah, we were out and yeah,
A backwater. Realm space.
it was like what, Toral or something like that. I don't know, really. Hold on, place.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know what that is. Understood. I've got all the information I need. All I need you to do now, he flips his notebook closed, tucks it in his pocket, is for you to follow me into Qazer-Dohn. Welcome.
And I'll kind of nod while like anxiously training my eyes still on the ship, the
block.
the gray ship. Yep.
You see Malik's eyes follow yours. Oh, don't worry about them. They're working with cats. He's keeping them in line, and if he took your captain, or if they took your captain, they usually don't hurt him too bad. Almost no one's died.
Wait, what? Oh, wait.
I'm so glad we sent the penguin.
And then
Malik, go ahead.
I'll do my
Malik puts his helmet back on, and he gives it a knock. Just follow close behind. I'll make it easy for you. Is your jammer already ready?
kind of quickly like jamming Nico in the in the leg.
yeah. That's me. Yeah. And I run back to the jammer and helmet on.
We look so incompetent.
100%. We look like we just stole this boat. Like the dude's like, yeah, come on, let's come in.
Sure.
Sure, Renessus.
The Meekan hops back on his jammer bike.
Mikkel.
Mikkel, thank you. Malik jumps back on his Malik jumps back on his jammer bike and starts taking off. He spins around so he's facing the same way as you and starts heading out at a modest clip to let you get up to speed and follow along. I presume, are you doing so, Nico?
Yeah.
And
right.
kind of just up on deck there with Valen, who has been shockingly quiet this entire time. Again, still concerned, still trying to like watch, the brick over there, but also like just kind of focusing in on Malik's jammer bike. Just be like, I had me one of them at one point.
You'll notice under my mask, there's a little bit of blood from me biting my lip.
Mark, as I am piloting it, like as we get, because I'm guessing the brick ship is headed generally the same direction, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Trying to close the gap, can I extend the ship's like aura per se, and just try and see if I can't gauge anything about the ship, like what's going on? Is do I sense Jade?
You sort of try to extend your consciousness to the reach of the ship, the air bubble, and as you move forward just so in order to reach their influence, as you do so, you feel like you are mentally thrown against a wall and kicked away, as it were. Whatever they have, they've got some sort of protections, you would presume.
Okay.
That said, as he feels you reaching out, Malik actually responds, saying, "Oh, that's different. Not many people try that." And you hear him talking to you telepathically.
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of new to the spell jamming thing. Was still trying to see what we can do.
You're all the way out here, and you're new?
Relatively.
I'm the new spell jammer. We had another one. Things didn't go well.
Clowns.
Like, if somebody tells you that there are space clowns, you should probably believe them. Trust me. I didn't. Things ended badly. Now I'm the spell jammer.
So there were space clowns and you got promoted. Sounds like a pretty good gig to me.
I mean, you're not wrong, but the fact that it took space clowns ripping him in half, throwing him off the side of the boat for me to get my promotion, I don't know if I like that. So I'm thinking, maybe I didn't want the promotion. T1000, can you? I don't want to be the spelljammer anymore.
You just feel like before the connection breaks, you feel a little like disappointment from Malik that you're like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And he's like, no,
Malik, I don't. It's not that. You made me think about the clowns. I didn't want to be torn in half. Like, you want to get torn in half? That doesn't sound fun to me.
The communication has just ended at that point.
Yeah, he's not even listening anymore.
T1000.
We went from, hey, keep it cool to like,
we definitely just stole this ship.
Oh my god, this is falling apart very fast.
As you approach,
the good news is at this point, I think they just think we're incompetent.
As you approach Qazer-Dohn, From a distance, the freestanding wall looks imposing, and a rebuke of the dangers of the void and a challenge that they send their worst. In a word, majestic. As you draw nearer, the reality becomes more apparent. Clumps of contained debris being sorted through by workers, gouges in the honeycomb metal structures the size of a ship, even entire sections darkened and without the perpetual motion of workers and patrols. Just dark. Like a listing ship moments before it sinks beneath the waves. The party is guided by Malik's jammer bike to one of many tall metal tree-like structures with evenly spaced branches jutting out. Many of these branches have ships of various sizes and shapes cradled within them. They seem to be a way to stack your ships vertically to take up less room. Below you stretches Dohn, the lower level of Qazer-Dohn, a several miles long stretch of metal transformed into four wow, excuse me, sorry. Let me get a drink really quick. Transformed into four equal sections of staging grounds, each which looks like its own hangar and barracks. Above you is the underside of Qazer-Dohn proper. Within the elaborate machinery are the starburst are the starburst sparks of welding torches evoking a man-made constellation. The sound of soldiers working echoes up from the below as you pass over some sort of military complex where a square of soldiers are going over their drills, led by a noticeably larger individual in slate gray armor. You realize that Malik is Malik. We might have to call it early, guys. I cannot bring it in.
You're good. You're good. Let's go.
You're good.
You can tell by the flags that are being raised in this area that Malik is taking you towards the area for Tower Ganymede, or Jennymead, not Ganymede. Tower Jennymead, run by Cads Sipston. The flags of this particular section are a rich red velvet with like a savory wine and depicts a copper dueling rapier crossed with a collapsible telescope. Malik guides the ship into one of the berths, one of these standing tree-like structures, and instructs Nico to set it down in a pair of tines that stick out from the tower. Space just wide enough for the ship to settle on top. Do you do so?
I park it and do so. Now, I want to purposely land it terribly. Like, essentially make it look like I'm have no idea what I'm doing, but like just barely missed clipping like the tine, like 100%, like as if this is the first time I've piloted the ship.
I would like you to make a performance check at advantage.
All right. Can I do this? Let me plead my case here. Can I make an Arcana check?
Considering you're trying to put on this, I'm going to say no. I will have you make a performance.
How about a 15?
Okay. The work the group of you has done so far to impart the concept that not a single one of you is all that familiar with what you're doing. And you watch as Malik parks his jammer bike at a nearby walking section and hops off, and he just sort of looks at the ship sort of at a 15-degree angle. All right, well, it's here. We can figure out the details later. First, we should get those people off this ship.
Agreed.
He walks up, and you notice that the area around you is mostly just scaffolding outside of these large towers that are literally just stairs that go back and forth. There's almost probably 15 to 20 flights of stairs. Think of it like a car park, except for you walk up the stairs directly to your car. The Mikan looks at the scaffolding. How many people you got?
How many do we have? What was the?
That's a
final
good
count?
question.
I mean, you're the one that says you were taking a final count.
What did it come up to, Mark?
Just under 300.
And I'll do like
300. That's a lot. All right. Well, can any of you stay with the ship? All right. And
yeah.
And
my immediate thought process is kind of looking over at Valen, and also if I can see even an inch of Zar's carapace, like we got people that should probably stay on the ship.
you do not see hide nor hair of Zar. He knows where he should be.
Good boy.
That said, you do notice Charlotte trolling around a little bit, sort of weaving between people, trying to keep an eye on things. And Arnott is standing very inconspicuously, sort of atop the back part of the ship, watching everything happen. Let me
Mark,
see if
in terms of reputation, Arnott, is she like an outlaw or like just like, I guess, like, what? How does her reputation extend outside of Brawl?
Sounds of it, arguably, it'd be pretty illustrious. If anything, it would still draw attention, though.
The things that Arnott has told you about what she had done prior to coming to the Rock of Brawl, and the fact that she had made something of a business out of said fame, should speak to itself. She is well known, but in GIF space.
Okay, yeah, that's where I was going. Is it's like during the interrogation, it wouldn't have been a good idea to name drop her.
Correct.
Okay.
From where you are, Tin Man, sitting on the deck of the ship, you do see the brick of a ship, of the Brothers Gray, set down some 300 meters distant at a small complex. Your ship is sort of the it's the fourth rung up on one of these trees, so you're about 300 feet off the ground. You'll have to take all of these stairs down to get to the ground level. The Brothers Gray encampment, or their area there, is about 900 feet from you. They seem to have a small barracks and a command structure of sorts that you see the armored figures walking to and fro. Judging by the size, you would not expect there to be more than half a dozen to a dozen of the Brothers of Gray here. That said, Malik continues speaking with Arnott about getting people off of the ship. The rest of you are sort of left to your own devices. Like I said, you're 300 feet up Oh, no. There's a more important detail here I almost missed. Jade.
I was about to say,
Yeah, Jade, fill us in here.
where are you?
Tin Man, he's been freaking out about,
No,
like,
we
we're
were just
missing someone.
Jade, yes.
here.
And I realized where my train of thought was going, and then I lost it, and now I found it again. Jade, suffice to say you threw me for a loop, but we're here. What are you doing once you're aboard the ship?
I'm tailing. So Jade wants to see where this guy is and get some more information because they mentioned very specifically Sable. Why are they looking for Sable? So she feels a certain kind of pull towards that. So As she settles into the back of the ship, she's going to cast Pass Without a Trace to give her some extra coverage. And she's going to do a little bit of investigating to see what's up here and find Mr. Penguin, as it were. Hello?
Did we just lose Mark?
No.
Sorry, I muted to take a drink and didn't unmute. I would like you to make a stealth check for me, and depending on that, I will tell you how I want you to make your investigation check.
Can I still cast Pass Without a Trace?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
That is such an underrated spell.
Yes.
Alex
So
knows.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives you a +10.
Yes.
It do, and Jade's gonna flavor it as she does because she's amazing. Eventide God dang it, I can speak Latin, I know what I'm doing. Eventide regina nunc vestiga cadant suca petalia. She's gonna say, "Come, queen, now let the traces fall like petals," and she'll just be cloaked in black petals as she kind of clings to the shadows and investigates. Her clothing is going to go dark as well too, as she gets into full stealth mode.
I'm just imagining the hair clothes suit up scene from Bayonetta as "Fly Me to the Moon" blares in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's just the woodwind cover in the background because it's got to be quiet. The cargo hold is pretty devoid, as you get the feeling that the ship isn't typically used for long hauls. There's a few boxes here and there, but that means that it's easy to move around down in the cargo hold. With your Pass Without a Trace and the stealth and a 32 on a stealth check, I would like you to make your investigation at advantage, please.
Coolies.
I'd also like to note, just for this entire foray, I'm going to give you inspiration.
Congrats.
He even admitted he was not planning this.
Okay. On a 17 for investigation and a 32 stealth, you manage to slink your way through the ship. It is a very simple ship, as it has to be made for folks who wear massive armor and walk around basically standing near 7 feet tall. The few that you hear on board do not seem to be guarding their tongues, and you can actually hear conversations. There's only a couple happening at once. One of them seems to be between two folks that are on break, sort of in the mid decks. Two of the knights that are sitting there having a drink as they head back to Qazer-Dohn. One of them comments, "Oh, did you hear of the contract that House Jennyme dropped?" And the other one finishes his drink and pipes up, "Yeah, I hear Cal's going after it now. It's a big one. She was mighty angry when she lost it. Might be she still gets a chance." The tower's poor as dirt. They've got nothing. My money's on Elo taking it. What with Yell being out of the picture.
I knew what half of this meant.
Their conversation sort of peters off into arguing of whether or not Cell of House Laken is going to be picking up this contract. They don't seem to have any real information or don't speak on it much, just with the rumors that they are perpetuating. It's the quieter conversation that catches your attention. First, you tune into hearing Boswell's voice. "No, everything seemed pretty decent. The folk on that ship are good people." "And did you see any of the Gith?" "No, none. Not a hair. And, What of that Autobot? Autognome.
Transform.
He seemed to have a lot of knowledge, but he did seem a little odd. It's then that a feminine voice breaks in. And what of the Astral elf? Was he with the plasmoid? There was only one plasmoid, but there were a few astral elves. The Xerixian. The one with the hair. The plaited hair. Yes, in fact, he was their captain. Until they put me up here. I see.
A little sellout.
The conversation goes quiet, and you hear the muttering between what you presume to be Auric and the feminine voice. You are still in the low decks, they are in the mid decks. What would you like to do?
I would like to plant one of my hellbores in the corner, kind of have it snake up somewhere so it can listen in as I go through the ship. So whenever I need to reach it, I just I can attune to it. So is that something that would work?
Yeah, I would say as long as you can touch a surface that it exists on, you can attune to it. You can reach out to it.
I'd like to fix it towards a vent. That way it's a little more, easier to access. She needs to grab it and pull forward.
Okay.
Making mental notes of everything she's hearing.
You manage to find a nook to place it that will allow for it to sort of snake throughout the ship a little bit. As you make your way to the mid decks, still with a 32 on your stealth, I'm not even going to make you roll again. You work your way past the two on guard duty towards the rear of the ship where this conversation is happening. You can tell it seems to be in what appears to be the captain's quarters. And Boswell, the door is cracked somewhat, and Boswell is sitting just within view, sitting on a chair, sort of kicking his little flipper feet, sort of patiently waiting for the next question. You can see that the room is relatively dark, dim lighting, but the back of the ship has a series of windows that look out that you did not see on the other side of the metal. Seemingly plates of metal over the windows.
Yeah,
but they can see through.
Yeah.
The voices don't become any louder, but what you do see gives you pause. The woman seems to be glowing faintly gold. She has she's facing away from you, but she's got platinum blonde hair and seems to be wearing some relatively simple but ornate robe, sort of like a minor nobility. As she spins around, however, to speak to Boswell, it's when you notice that her irises are gold and the rest of her eyes are pitch black. You recognize the description of Princess Zadali.
Oh boy.
I was going to say she looks very familiar for a different reason, but yeah, continue.
She spins around and looks at Boswell. You could see the utter contempt on her face, as if she despises dealing with any creature that is not even close to her station. You said he was the captain. Yes, I did. They said that he asked me to take over for speaking with the Brothers of Grey. All right. Lieutenant, keep an eye on them. I have matters to attend to. And you see as she turns to head towards the door, towards you. Is there anything you'd like to do in this moment?
It might be a little too quick, but she's going to drop a Hellboard seed. Not activate it, but just drop it. And are the vents big enough for me to slip into?
No.
Okay. Do I see any kind of coverage around me where I can kind of disappear?
There is a series of, or a flight of steps that go down deeper into the ship where you came from, and then a flight of steps that goes up to the upper deck.
I'm going to go deeper.
Okay,
Just
you're
to
gonna
get out of the way
okay.
while she moves right.
And as she exits the door, you hear the clipped sounds of a stately walk as she goes upstairs to the top of the deck of the ship. Auric stands facing away from Boswell for where you can see him, and after a moment, you watch his shoulders slump, and he turns around. Boswell Steeple, it is my genuine displeasure that you have fallen in with enemies of our belt. Your sentence, as I stand here as judge, jury, and executioner of the lieutenant of the Oath of the Watchers, Auric the Plate, I sentence you to death. He pulls his great sword.
As
which
he's
is
pulling the
sitting-
great sword, I cast blindness on him.
Okay. What's the save on that?
I have no idea.
DC 16, Constitution.
What is going on?
He reaches for the sword that's sitting on the desk next to him, and his eyes glass over. You have tricks, Dowhar. They will not save you.
She jumps in and like dives, pulling him out.
Okay. I want you to make an acrobatics check for me, please, with advantage.
Okay, good.
I don't know why it's throwing so many dice. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. With a 15 acrobatics, you manage to jump forward and tackle the back of the chair where Boswell is sitting as a large silver greatsword sweeps just over your head, where the Dowhar's head would have been a moment before. The paladin, Auric, seems confused for a moment that his strike missed, and he lifts a hand to his face. His hand glows for a moment, and you see the blindness, the glaze of his eyes disappear, and he locks eyes with you. I had a feeling.
Girl, cheese it.
You have a moment to respond and react.
I cast Charm Person.
Okay.
I'm popping wheelies. I think that's my last spell.
And that's another DC 16. His eyes roll back into the back of his head for a second, and then he comes back forward. I will not be done by your tricks twice, witch. And he swings again. I would like you to tell me your AC, please.
13.
Ooh, that's a D100.
Ooh, that's 55 damage.
Don't scare us.
Boswell actually responds in this moment and, sort of pinned to the ground as he is, sees the blade and shoves you over, and it hits the ground between the two of you. And he hops up on his feet. We need to get out of here.
You do.
And it's at this moment where you see Auric sort of explodes with a light. The entire back half of the ship is illuminated in an explosion. And I think that's where we'll end our session.
Oh my god.
Man, why is everything got to be blowing up?
Oh my god.
I keep forgetting to use my inspiration, and I'm holding my little inspiration token, and I hate myself.
I will allow, for this session, I will allow those to go to the next because we're still kind of in the same scene.
Yeah, maybe use it for later.
That was such a great episode. That was incredible. Wow. Hey, everyone, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for tuning in all over every night. I really appreciate it. Big shout out to everyone, all our partners. Adams Family Gaming. Go check them out at etsy.com/shop/Adams with the Z Family Gaming. Hey, big shout out to Pax and Jax, our two newest members who've been gaming with us. They are legends. Check us out playing some Helldivers 2. We'll be live tomorrow and playing some more. Man, this was a great episode. I am tied in a knot about what's going on here, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait for next episode. Hey, thanks everyone for tuning in. Mark, take us away, buddy.
Yeah, so like Matt said, thank you for being here. We love all of you. We appreciate you being here. And until next week, oh, don't forget to wash your dice. And until next week, we'll see you in 2 weeks from now, we'll see you in the stars.
Yeah.
Till next time.
All right, guys, that was a great episode. I got you here for a few more minutes. I'm going to slap one more pack of magic cards here. We got the Avatar pack here. This was such a great episode. We got 3 new subscribers, so this is for all of them. We got that double-sided ally card. I still don't know how to play it. Here we go. We got a Forest, Shiny Zuko, Exiled Prince, Ko the Face Stealer, the Boulder, Ready to Rumble, Fatal Fisher, the Fire Nation Attacks, Crashing Wave, Bender's Waterskin, Pirate Peddlers, Water Petting Lessons, Razor Rings, Fire Nation Raiders, Messenger Hawk, Sabertooth Moose Lion. That's amazing. And a Forest. Not that lucky. Anyways, hey, great episode. We're going to be back tomorrow with some more streams. I will see you guys all then. See ya.